Tartar sauce is a mayonnaise-based sauce, typically of a rough consistency. It is often used as a condiment with seafood dishes. Composition: it is based on mayonnaise with some extra ingredients. In the UK, recipes typically add to the base capers, gherkins, lemon juice, and tarragon. US recipes may include chopped pickles or prepared green sweet relish, capers, onions, and fresh parsley. Chopped hard-boiled eggs or olives are sometimes added, as may be Dijon mustard. Paul Bocuse describes sauce tartare explicitly as a sauce remoulade, in which the characterizing anchovy pour copyright is to be substituted by some hot Dijon mustard. History and etymology: the sauce and its name have been found in cookbooks since the 19th century. The name derives from the French sauce tartare, named after the Tatars from the Eurasian steppe, who once occupied Ukraine and parts of Russia. Beyond this, the etymology is unclear. An idea of what people in the 19th century meant by naming something tartar can be found in a recipe of Isabella Beeton in the Book of Household Management of 1861, recipe number 481, tartar mustard, made of horseradish vinegar, cayenne and ordinary mustard. In her recipe number 503, remoulade, or French salad dressing, she describes a preparation with tarragon that can hardly be identified with a remoulade as standardized by Auguste Escoffier 40 years later or as it is considered today. But she explains that the tarragon for her recipe of green remoulade comes originally from Tartary. In the days of Tsarism, the Russian properties in Asia south of Siberia were frequently called Tartary, especially when an exotic undertone was intended. Sauce tartare might be a descriptive term for a tarragon mayonnaise named after the origin of the so-called Russian tarragon, which actually is rarely used for culinary purposes. In 1903, Auguste Escoffier gave a recipe for sauce remoulade with both mustard and anchovy essence, but he used only the term sauce tartare for it in the rest of the book. This is still common use in Austria and former Austrian regions like Bohemia, where sauce remoulade and sauce tartare are synonyms on restaurant menus. The German dictionary Langensky Marxi Watt paragraph Rotebuch English, 120.000 phrases of 2002 identifies tartare, sauce as remouladen-sauce. In the early era of the haute cuisine from about 1890 to the outbreak of World War I in 1914, minced filet of beef was dressed with sauce tartare and served raw as bœuf tartare or steak tartare with regard to the sauce's name. Between the World Wars, until today, it came into fashion to serve the dish with regard to the raw unprocessed meat just with the unprocessed ingredients of the sauce. In fact, the Tatars have nothing to do with the sauce or raw beef steaks. Especially in the haute cuisine era, dish names were frequently selected from contemporary, fashionable, public issues to gain attention. See also: remoulade, tartare, steak tartare. References. External links: an explanation of the name's origin, from the Straight Dope, Tartar Sauce and Steak, a definition at alsipes.com.